Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Waiting for people to come through as this is being recorded. I'm recording the screen, so people, when they're done, I'm trying to get my lighting right. Because this light be flashing in my eye, it really hurts. I need to invest in lighting, which is what I'm going to do probably right after Christmas, after I pass the broker's test. Look at this. It's like, ugh. See, it looks good like that, but it's like in my eye. That should be fine. Got my cup of coffee, waiting for people to come. Since this is being recorded, I'm just going to keep talking. I've been talking a lot about gun control. A lot. So much that it's like literally affecting my day-to-day life because I've been losing sleep over fighting with the world pertaining to guns. It's taking people a little bit while to get here. I wonder why. But I'll just keep talking. I just feel like there are more people for guns than gun control. It's literally plaguing. Oh, people are starting to come now. Gun control to me goes hand in hand with systemic racism. And it's so imperative for people to understand that as a licensed realtor, a person who has devoted her life, her meaning me, to helping people. My grandmother, just a little background, my grandmother was a pastor. She did not really make a point to be in my life, but I always knew about her. And although I've only met her a few times, like during my graduation on my father's side, because my father, he's not really missing. He just kind of MIA. And so anyway, I believe that in my family, God is very important. So, I've always been a God-driven person. So with that said, I have a natural yearning to want to help our society. I have a natural innocence about me because of my Christian background. Now, the more that I educate myself, I literally try not to call myself a Christian. I would rather just say a woman of God. A God-fearing woman. That's more correct for me because Christianity has been completely abused and used in this country for capitalism. I really do believe this in world domination. It's freaking disgusting how people use God for their own greed. But my point is, it runs in my family to want to be an influencer pertaining to being what's going on, to be a person who tries to implement goodness in all of us. Like when I meet people, like I automatically think that they're like good. I get to see the good in everybody. And then as time goes on, they pretty much knock it down. All that goodness thoughts is gone. So, I always thought like I would be like a great pastor. I mean, I could still go to pastor school and whatever you got to do and get the training. I have a dream to be a public speaker. I've been told my whole life that I talk too much. My brother used to call me big lips. He used to be like, you talk too much. You talk too much. He used to always tell me that. And I didn't realize it then, but it could have been for a reason, right? Sometimes God gives us gifts that annoy other people, but possibly could bless other people or bless our pockets. Not everybody has the energy to talk to the world. I don't know why I'm like this, but I am. And instead of just talking to people about nothing all day, I'd rather talk to you about things that I care about. And as I'm educating myself as a entrepreneur who's about to be a broker, I finally got all my documents signed, y'all. I got my checklist here. If you're an entrepreneur, you got to do checklists. And by tomorrow, I promise, I'm going to send in my test application to thank you to take the broker's test. If you guys have been coming here every day, you guys know that I'm done giving half my money to an agency when I do all the work. I am done. I want to work for myself 100%. I will still work for my agency if they can make a deal with me. that I can't refuse. But they're not getting 50% of my check. They're not getting 50% of my check. They can get 10%. That's about it. If they don't take 10%, and if my manager at my agency is watching this, when I pass my test, I want 90% of my money. And if they can't do that, your girl is going to have an agency who wants to be a real estate agent in Connecticut. And yes, I'm taking 50% of your check because I had to work hard to get to where I'm at. You got to pay your dues. So anyways, my point is this. As I'm creating my agency in the making, Ohana Real Estate, if you guys don't know, if you guys ever want tips on how to be a homeowner, please let me know. I'm passionate also about those things. I literally am trying to help people understand that real estate has a lot to do with poverty, and poverty has a lot to do with gun violence, and also mental illness. Mental illness is plaguing our country. So people say this, and again, we're here talking about gun control because it literally needs to be talked about. It's just so sad to me. Like, I'm here day and night. I was up with you guys till 1 o'clock in the morning. If you guys don't know this, if you're new to my show, I do TikTok in the morning lives, and I do TikTok at night lives. I liked last year I did more videos, more content pushing, but this year I'm doing more live videos. I'm getting to know you people, and you guys expect me to be like Oprah, but I don't have Oprah's money. Okay. And I don't work for nobody. I work for myself. I'm my own entity. So when you guys come here and tell me that I shouldn't do this, shouldn't say this, I'm the CEO. Okay. I'm the CEO, and what I say goes. So with that said, my whole point is to show you guys that classism is plaguing our country. I am not a communist. I'm a socialist. And anybody who understands what socialism is, they will understand that I'm also a utopic person. Socialism, has been compared to utopic reality or a dream. So in my eyes, I'm for the people. I'm not for big manufacturers making billions of dollars creating these guns. All right. Governor Gavin Newsom is doing something about that. Right. I don't know why he's comparing abortions to freaking. Well, I think I know why. Is it Texas that wants to allow people to sue abortion clinics? So the power has always got to be in the people. And that's why I like Governor Gavin Newsom. But yeah, anyway, I care about you guys, and that's why I'm trying to create us to be able to have these conversations without being emotional, just talking about the facts. Listen, I understand you guys love your guns, but you guys have to understand you guys are obsessed with your guns. That's a mental illness to me. When you have to feel like you need to have this protection on a day-to-day basis, 24 hours a day. I mean, who the hell wants to live on guard? You guys should be able to live in this country without the fear of dying. Why are you guys so afraid to die? Why are you guys so afraid to die? Listen, you're going to die one day. That's inevitable. Okay, so the fact that you guys think, well, I gotta have 10 AR-15s just in case it's a tyrannical government. Guess what? There's never been a tyrannical government. Never has there ever been a tyrannical government. You guys are just living in fear on a day-to-day basis, and you guys don't fear the one thing that you should be fearing, and that's God. Can I get a hallelujah this morning? Today's Wednesday. Today's hump day. All right, now I'm gonna let you guys talk. Comment. Let me know what you guys feel about gun control. Yes, I would love to stop talking about gun control, but I can't until these children stop dying. You feel me? Come through. I love when you guys come through. Come through.
Good morning. I hope you're having a great morning.
I am.
I did catch your live last night.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. What's up?
Well, I live in Illinois. We have one of the strictest gun laws around. Now, I also grew up in an area that most people wouldn't like.
Okay, an undesirable neighborhood. Okay.
Around gangs and stuff like that.
Okay.
At one time, I belonged to them.
Oh, okay.
On that note, do you know how many illegal guns they have?
Probably a lot. This is America. More guns than people.
They have almost as much as a National Guard unit in one house.
Oh, so that's in Illinois, right? That's where you say you live?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a problem. Don't you understand? That's called an infestation.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. If there's all those, can I just say this? If in Illinois, just to, slow down. I'm an island girl. It's not the nighttime. We're not arguing. We're just talking. Let's take it slow. When we're living in an area.
I do respect what you do.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that because you know that I mean well and I'm trying to keep us safe. I was in ROTC in high school. Do you guys know that? I wanted to join the military. I should have joined the military, but I didn't. I had this need to want to protect everybody. I'm a big sister out of two young bratty sisters that never listened to me. And so being an older sibling, I want to be that for this country. Don't ask me why. Yeah, I was in JRTC Army. I just goofed off and I like the boys. So if you guys think that I'm so crazy, like I wanted to join the military. I'm a military brat. I was born in Fairbanks, Alaska, raised in Hawaii, and even lived in Michigan when my mom dated a military guy. When you have a military life background, you're very well traveled. So when I tell you that growing up in Hawaii, right? There wasn't a lot of guns, and I'll talk to you in a minute about Illinois. But in Hawaii, there wasn't a lot of guns where I'm from. So you have to understand, culture has a lot to do with these guns. The gun culture is a part of America. Now, Hawaii is the 50th state of America, so I don't know why you guys came for Obama. I still can't get my head wrapped around why people are questioning his integrity as far as being American. This freaking dude's from the 50th state of America. Hawaii is America, people. It's just in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But anyways, because it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's not easy to get guns there. So don't you understand? Also, snakes. I don't know if you guys know this. In Hawaii, little trivia. We don't have snakes. I mean, there is, I think, like a brown, small, garden snake, but that's it. There's no snakes in Hawaii, and they're crazy about it. Because guess what? We have the mongoose. So do you understand? There's so many layers of protection as far as keeping the guns off the island that we have low gun violence, death-related cases. So what's going on in Illinois? The opposite. Where you live, there's too many guns, and there isn't any, and there's just easy access to the guns. So don't you think we need to clean the streets before we start talking to you guys about your guys' hunting hobbies? Don't you think we need to clean the streets from having criminals on the streets? Like, let alone, okay, let's just say this. Okay, criminals have guns, obviously, right? But they could use other things. Let's get these criminals. Like, if you break the law in this country, we should have, like, no tolerance for you, like Japan. Like, why do we have so much tolerance for criminals in this country? To where we want to give them 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chances. Repeat offenders. My man right now is working in a jail 16 hours a day because there's not enough correctional officers to cover the freaking shift. Yes, he makes a lot of overtime money. Thank you, Lord. Okay, because I would have this big rock. But what the heck?
I agree 100%. As I said, I grew up in that environment. And then I woke up and got out and started working, and now I write children's books.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Children of my own, and I was like, no, enough. I'm tired of this kind of life.
Right. So did you say before, prior to I went on a rant, that you used to be a part of some type of gun culture lifestyle?
Yeah.
Did I miss that? Or
Yeah, I did. I admit, I saw it, and that's what got me out of it, because I don't think, and I don't believe anybody should take on that kind of responsibility. I think.
Were you part of a gang, sir? Were you part of a gang?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Are you white?
Yes.
Because I think people don't think that white people join gangs. I think it's like it's so dominated in the Black and Latino culture that people don't think that white people join gangs. But look, yes they do.
I was the only white kid in my neighborhood. Okay, I had to respect the hard way.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow. How come nobody talks about those stories? The little minority white kid that lives in Illinois is getting picked on by black people. How come nobody talks about that?
Because is very far and few between because nobody's actually looking to try and help people. I run a community that goes to the South End, and I take kids. We go to the zoo
Wow.
now. I take them to the zoo. I show them that they're worth more than what they give themselves credit for, because they are. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. You're worth more than what you think.
Right. Absolutely. And I love that you changed your life around. Do you own guns all now that you've changed your life to a more conducive, a constructive path? Do you still have a gun in your life, in possession, in your home?
No, I don't like guns. I mean,
He doesn't like guns, guys.
I do not like guns.
Andrea
I respect
2024.
those that have them and they'll use them responsibly. I
Right.
do respect that. But
So, what is a
use them
responsible way to use a gun on an everyday person? Okay, let's just slow down for a minute. Let me bring you guys to my island chill mode. Hawkers, you guys gotta work, right? So, how long do you guys work? How long do the Americans? All we do is work. Let me see you work. We work. We wake up in the morning. We work. Some people work 2 jobs. And then we gotta be a part of this retirement plan idea. Who the hell thought of this? Where we gotta retire at 30, and some people maybe even 40 or 50. Right? So technically for 50 years after we graduate high school, let's talk about this. When you in kindergarten, you're in school, maybe preschool, and you're there for like 8 hours to train you to get ready to work. And then we go do like 50 years of working. Where do you guys have enough time to be in the situations where you guys think that you guys have to fear your life on a daily basis? You guys should be clocked in. So are you only talking about at night when you need a gun? I mean, why do you need a gun in your house only at night? Okay, because it doesn't seem like people are, well, the Night Stalker, I don't know if he was finding people in the day. I don't know. But is it only robbery? Okay, so if you guys are so afraid to be robbed in your home, why not have a gate? Why not have alarm systems? Why not have cameras? You know what I'm saying? Like and listen, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a gun, okay, in your house, but Norway has some of the strictest gun laws. I believe America needs the strictest gun laws, and we need to practice what other countries have been doing and has been working. Norway, go look it up. They've done a lot of things to restrict the gun. You don't have to ban the gun. We can restrict the gun so that it's not so easily accessed. You understand? But every time I talk to people with guns, the first thing they do is like, well, if somebody gonna come into my house, I'm gonna put a cap in their ass. It's like, really? You guys listen, you guys might not be as good as the gun as some robbers. Did you guys ever realize that sometimes the robber could be an expert shooter and better than you? You guys think you guys' aim is perfect. You guys are going to be scared, stressed, and they could have multiple people. I don't think you guys should take on a force that you're unaware of. You don't know the skills and abilities. They could have a freaking nuke on them for all I know. And I'm being, obviously they're not going to have a nuke, but they could have grenades. They could have multiple. They could have the cartel. I don't know. What is this, that show? I mean, we don't know what they're capable of doing. You should try to keep yourself safe as humanly possible. And I don't think that's confronting the perpetrator. Get the hell out of there. Call 911. Jump out of a freaking window. Go in your attic. Go in your basement. Lock the door. You guys say it takes about 6 minutes for the police to come. Well, don't you think if you push down that string, go in the attic, and wait there and be quiet and don't move so they know that you're not upstairs? Shh, be quiet. Go under the bed. Haven't you guys seen that movie? All these movies when these robbers try to get into the house, and the little girl's behind the bed, and she's talking to the 911 operator. She goes, "I'm so scared. Help!" What movie was that? I forgot what movie that was. Use the police. They will come. And listen, if you guys don't think the police are responding in a quick enough time, then why aren't we funding them to get here quicker? Give them helicopters. Sikorsky's right in Connecticut. I'm pretty sure they got some Blackhawks we can borrow. Oh my God. The only solution shouldn't be killing people. Like,
the technology. We have the security systems. If you're that scared, there's different ways. Uh, you can take your kids and yourself to a room, block the door, move the dresser in front of the door.
I said that once. Yeah.
If they find that out, they're going to go away.
Barricade yourself.
But
Listen,
get what they want.
let me see if I can take off my background real quick, okay? Because I want to give you guys a visual in my house. Okay, you guys got to know your floor plan in your house. And this is what I would love to do. If you guys can help me, please follow me, because my dream is to be like Wendy Williams, but just a better version. And if I could get some type of funding, what I would do is I would create these little plans. I would love to hire a whole bunch of people that come here that care about gun control as well as gun training. You should know maybe how, the parts of a gun. I mean, I will be honest that I don't know every style type gun. Some people think that I'm irrelevant because I don't know why do I gotta need? I'm anti-gun. I really don't think you need a gun. Anyways, but back on your point, love. Look how big my freaking kitchen table is. This thing is from Ashley's, and it's actually a really good table. This thing is heavy as hell. I'm telling you, if you put this in front of your front door, they're not gonna be able to get in. I mean, just think about movers. You know how many people you need to move? Barricade that door so they can't get in. If you guys think that somebody's going to be in your house, and lock your doors, invest in a security system. I mean, how many security systems do we have that are connected to our phones? And we could call authorities real quick. I mean, how long do you think it's going to take for an intruder to get inside of a door when it's barricaded?
Get a steel door. They're not very easy.
Oh, that's actually a really good solution. Oh, yeah. Invest in a freaking really good high-tech door. Oh, I don't know if you guys were here one day, but it's actually one of my lives. We did like a scenario where I was trying to do like a Shark Tank idea where we have the thing like a door that's like high-tech, that's like connected to the cops. Has like a screen. Look at our, have you seen some of these new refrigerators? They have refrigerators that tell you when you're out of milk. Okay, imagine if we had like a high tech.
I have 2 of them.
Yeah, I want one so bad. It's like $4,000 or $5,000. But I swear to God, the next house I sell after I have $100,000 in my bank account, I'm gonna buy that refrigerator. It's freaking high tech. The refrigerator freaking talks to you. We got to get technology in our house.
My house 24/7. So.
I'm telling you, could you imagine if our house was almost like your iPhone, where your house can even maybe detect an intruder, maybe 20 steps before you even come to the door? So what if there's like some technology? We need these tech guys. Where are you guys? We need like technology that we can plant in our towns. Could you imagine? And this actually does exist here in Connecticut. If you guys know, I'm a real estate agent, so I'm constantly showing people houses, not just people houses, strangers. Yeah, Realtor.com. I'm a part of it. All you guys call me up randomly, and yes, I've been in situations where I thought I was going to lose my life, and I don't have a gun. I probably should have pepper spray though, to be honest. When you're in a house, especially as a chick, I'm telling you, guys get really weird. Listen. I can tell you guys some stories. But anyways, right next, I'm in New Haven County. If you guys have ever been to Connecticut, by the way, we have one of the richest counties in the country called Fairfield County, Greenwich. And I'm actually thinking about driving there and showing you guys the difference, because I've been talking why I think gun control is so imperative, especially in the BIPOC community. I mean, the revolver gun is plaguing the Black community because of gang violence related things. So anyways, when you go to these high crime cities or towns, one is New Haven. I'm sorry, not New Haven County. There's literally a place called New Haven, and guess what's right in the middle of it? Yale. Could you imagine wanting to go to the most prestigious college in the country, and it's right in the middle of a town called Gun-Waving New Haven? That's what I'm telling you. Do you know how much it costs to go to Yale? And do you know how stuck up they are too? I'm telling you, Yaleys are really like, I go to Yale. But listen, it's in the middle of a place called, the nickname, because I'm not even from here. I'm from Hawaii. I've only been here 12 years in Connecticut. And let me tell you something. The first thing I realized is they have good pizza. I would go out there by myself with my little Hawaiian McLovin ID and nobody would let me in the bars. And I had no idea that this place is called Gun Wave in New Haven. Somebody told me that somebody got hit in the middle of a club, and I was like, oh my God. I never seen that there's blood everywhere. I was like, somebody call the cops. Obviously, I like to call the cops. And they were like, and some guy comes up to me and goes, out here, snitches get stitches. Or people get, he said, and then he said, it was a black guy. He was like, people get popped for snitching. So he was basically telling me you could get killed for trying to get the cops. That was the first time I was scared in New Haven. I still went to New Haven. I had so much fun in my 20s in New Haven. But there are some safe areas next to Yale. You know where to go and where not to go, So anyways, with that said, we got to get technology on board, and that's going to cost money. But how many jobs can be created if we can create these high-tech security systems that are attached to our house? If nobody's going to rob you if they think they're going to get caught. So let's just talk about that. When somebody's going to rob you, right? Don't they want to rob somebody that's vulnerable? A house that maybe... How many of you guys near Christmas time... Have you guys been watching Home Alone?
Yep.
I know you guys watch Home Alone every Christmas, and me and my kids were watching it. And I love that movie pertaining to gun control because that kid never used a gun. And he used a million other things to protect himself away from, what was that? Robbers. That little kid, Macaulay Culkin, I swear to God, he was 10 at the time and he played that role. He did a good job. And what did the robbers do? You think the robbers went to random people's houses? No, these were professionals. This guy knew the block so well that he was sitting in the car. You guys know Home Alone. And he literally waited for every light to come on, and he knew the time. He even, tell me this. Hold the phone. You guys watched Home Alone. One, why aren't there any black people in Home Alone? Come on, guys. Anyways, that's here. I watched it. I was like, wait. How are you? Where are they from? Chicago? Ain't no black people? Get the heck out of here. Anyway, tell me this. Oh, I forgot my train of thought. I forgot my train of thought. Home Alone. Anyways, Home Alone. I'm gonna find it. I lost it. Does anybody ever do that? You ever lose your train of thought? That really sucks. But tell me how in Home Alone this kid had so many options, because you know what, he had good parents. I really do believe he didn't know that, and his parents.
That's the key right there.
Right. Go ahead.
You just need one good parent or somebody to look up to that will show you how to do things, how to live your life.
I got it.
All in the
I found it, you guys. That train that I lost and derailed, it's now back on the tracks.